I'm Martin Berder, and over the next few weeks, a couple of colleagues and I have been asked to talk to you. We work for a company called The Art of Being Brilliant, and just to clarify, I haven't had the phone call saying, Martin, can you get them to work any harder? In fact, the conversations we've had with your leadership team have been, Martin, what are the best ways that we can support our team? What are the ways that we can show that we really, really care about them? Is there ways that we can talk about their own well-being? Is there ways that we can talk about how to flourish in this really weird world? Because some of our staff work at home part-time, some of them come in part-time, and they sometimes don't know whether they're coming or going. So is there a way, just a way, that we can work and support them? And this is what Asset Alliance are doing. The way that they think and the way that they care and the way that they feel about you, not just as workers, and this is the thing that really excites me. They're not just interested in you as the person that does the job. They're interested in you as a husband, as a mother, as a father, as a brother and as a son. So all these different aspects of your life we've been asked to talk about. And that really lights me up, because I think about a company like Asset Alliance and I think about all of the things that people speak about. Things like pride, things like caring, things like fortitude, things about integrity, and things that how we can make the world a better place. Because I see happiness and positivity underpinned by two pillars. One pillar here, one pillar here. So if I was to look at this pillar, this is where you are and this is where you've got to get to. I call it the pillar of progress. And we know that so many people that feel overjoyed, they feel happier when they're doing stuff, when they're achieving stuff, when they're just getting better at life, essentially. But I don't know if you know anybody like I know. I know so many people have got everything. They've got the fancy cars, they've got the nice houses, they've got everything on paper and they seem like they've got it all sorted. But they're still struggling. And the reason they're struggling is because of this other pillar. This other pillar essentially is, for me, the pillar of peace. And how does that fit in? How does the pillar of peace fit in if you are in construction, if you are in management, if you are the CEOs? How does that fit in? Well, it fits into everybody. Because the pillar of peace is how you feel contented. And we hear it, don't you, all the time? Just give me some peace. Give me 5 minutes of peace. So where are you currently? Where are you now? If I was to say on the peaceometer, where 0 is, I'm really, really struggling and kind of turn my hair out. Me, not you, probably. And 10 is you are like a Zen Roshi monk that was meditating for 10 years. Somewhere on there, you'll have a number. And one of the things that we're interested in as part of the Art of Brilliance is really elevating this. But also, over the next few weeks, we're going to talk about this level too. So we're going to try and look at all of those different areas of your life. Because what is your overall positivity? I think it comes down to these few words. What you say about yourself when you're by yourself. How you're that upbeat, vivacious, enthusiastic person about life. When you walk into the room, I feel better because you are there and you're having a positive impact on me, and the ripple effect happens again and again throughout our society, throughout the company. But also, as I've talked to you about, Asset Alliance are not just interested in you in company mode. They're interested in you in family mode, in best friend mode too. So that when normal comes back together, then we're here again and you understand how to build from that. So how does that work? And the fundamentals of this peace pillar is this phrase which is bandied around a lot called mindfulness. So what is mindfulness? Let's just give you the most simple definition. Bringing your awareness on purpose just to this now. So how do we do that? So one technique is just choose 3 items. Okay, so in this case, you could choose the painting, the bookcase, and a book. Okay, so and after each one, all I want you to do is take a deep breath in. Okay, so here we go. So, painting. Belly rises. Bookcase. Belly falls. Book. How do you feel now? That was 20, 30 seconds, 3 breaths. And I get this question often, Martin, why? Tell me. Do we focus on this breathing thing? A few years ago, I was lucky enough to go on a training camp in Kenya. And just before I got to the training camp, I was cycling around this nature reserve. So imagine me on a bike, Lycra shorts, shaven legs, whatever reason, I don't know. But I'm cycling along and I needed to get some training done to go to this training camp in the Rift Valley. And I'm cycling along and just to my right I see a gazelle. And to the left I see a zebra. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And some giraffe and elephant. And I thought, wow, I've got to get into training mode, so I'm cycling really fast. International sign for cycling. And I'm going up this dirt path. Dirt track, but heads down. I'm going fast, because I've got to get some training done. I need my heart rate going up. I'm breathing. And then at the top of this track, I see eyes staring at me. On the left is one cheetah, and on the right, his mate. Now, I don't know much about cheetahs except for these 2 things. One is that they're really, really, really fast. And 2 is that they eat stuff. How did I breathe at this moment? Was it like this? I wonder what those cheetah are doing. Or was it like this? Or was it like this? I think I just held my breath. I think that sent a message to my brain to go, now you're struggling. Now you're in pain mode. Now you're in fight or flight or fright mode. So the reason we come back to the breath is 2 things. Firstly, because we're breathing most of the time. But it also sends a signal, doesn't it? Have you ever done that? Have you ever noticed that sometimes I'm feeling tense and I breathe in a certain place? And weirdly, the top of the lungs is filled with not so many hair follicles that can absorb the oxygen. And all the bits at the bottom are. So when you're doing that 3 by 10 seconds breath, it makes a massive difference if you breathe from the belly than if you breathe from the chest. So what happens is, if I just breathe from the chest, sends a message to my brain saying, wow, maybe there's a cheetah or maybe there's a saber-toothed tiger. And now I need to produce adrenaline. Now I need to produce some cortisol. My vision just goes, my heart rate goes through the roof. But what if that saber-toothed tiger is not a saber-toothed tiger, but it's actually a work problem or a relationship problem or a traffic problem or a supermarket problem? And every little thing that happens, we get that stress response again and again and again and again, and we don't do anything with it. Then our body just stays at stress again and again, and what happens is cortisol just flushes through our brains, flushes through our body, and our immunity decreases. The chances of us getting ill massively increases. And one way is just to bring our breath back to the beginning. Just put your hand on your belly if that's easier, just to find out, where are you breathing from? And as you breathe in, the belly rises. And if you can breathe in through the nose, it slows the heart rate as well. As you can breathe out through the mouth, it balances the breath. That sends a signal to the brain that, wow, maybe we're in peace. Maybe we're all okay. And then just maybe, when that problem comes, you can turn around and go, I can deal with it, rather than react and react and react in a way that wouldn't be like you if you were calm. And maybe, just maybe, then we can react in a way that we can find joy. So what does that mean? And how can we use that in our lives? Because I think the part of mindfulness is when we are calm, we can make good decisions. And I can actually be conscious. The second part is I can be conscious of the version of me that shows up. So which version of you does show up again and again and again? Because there's many versions of you. There's many versions of you. So I want you just to imagine as you are driving up to your house, or if you are driving up to work, mindfulness is the art of bringing your awareness into the present moment on purpose, without judging where you are. And is there a way that we can use our thoughts? Is there a way we can use our mind to improve the next little bit? Well, one other informal practice that I want you to really consider is this thing called the 4-minute rule. And the 4-minute rule, it looks like this. As you're sitting there in your car, do we have any practice, any strategy before you walk through the door? This was really paramount to me when I was 7. So imagine me, I'm 7 years old, I've got hair, I've got life of energy and vitality. If you're struggling to think about it, that's me on the picture. Just to clarify, I'm the one wearing blue, same haircut, I know. But imagine, my dad, he used to work for this company called Balfour Beatty, this multi-international company. And typically, he'd go away in construction trade, Monday morning, he'd spend all week there, Friday night. And because my mum was amazing, she would say, Martin, what a great week you've had. You can stay up until Dad arrives. So I'm like, yes, I've been a great boy. So Dad would walk through the door Friday, imagine it, Friday night. And you run, don't you, if you're a 7-year-old boy, and you wrap your arms around them and your legs. And my older sister Sharon would do the same. So my dad's there, he's holding on. And he's just like trying to walk through the door. And he just does this. Just hits us away. Essentially, what he was doing would be saying things like, just let me get through the door. Let me have some food. Let me read the newspaper. Give me 5 minutes of peace. And looking back, it's interesting he used that word peace. Because he needed that time for himself. You can't pour from an empty cup, remember. So what happens now? That's his reputation. That's who he is. So when he walks through the door, what do we do? And that reputation over time, what does that mean? So now I'm 13 years old. It's Friday night. My mum says, Martin, you've been a good boy. You can stay up till Dad comes in. And you wait. Dad walks through the door. You wait now, and you wait now, and you wait until it's on his terms. So what's his reputation? We just have to wait for his peace to be over so that then we can interact. So I want you to change that thought. This is part of mindfulness, which is how does the best then insert you? How does the best you walk through your house? How does the best you walk through your company doors? How does the best you answer the phone? And if you can just do that for 4 minutes, your reputation, the way that people see you, and the joy that you bring, and the energy that you bring, but also the joy that you have will go through the roof. So this informal part of mindfulness, this thought, bringing your awareness just to this moment, that you know that you can create some of your own joy. And you'll see, that's my daughter Orla. And as I'm driving up the driveway, I notice that she starts to run away. I get out the car. Why is she running away? Because she knows the best dad in the world is waiting to be jumped on. The best dad in the world is doing the jumping. So that part of mindfulness means that I run in. How does the best dad in the world walk through that door? You're going to have it. So I run in, woo, chasing up, throwing them up in the air. The language of a 4-year-old, which is now down at my level. And you'll notice that I'm there for 4 minutes. So that one conscious thought, that one bringing my awareness just into the right here, right now, changes everything. Changes my reputation. How do people see me as I go through the door? How do people see you when you walk through the door? It's the same. How does the best dad, how does the best husband walk through that door? These are the most important people in my life. And if I can't be my best self for 4 minutes, what does that say about me? And what does that say about the relationship that I've got with my kid and my wife? But it's not just about that. Using this simple mindfulness trick is, how does the best employee work? How does the best friend answer the phone? And in every sphere of life you can use this little thing. And is it you show up with a sense of duty or a sense of joy? Now, when we do that informal practice, board, bookcase, book, whatever the 3 things are, it doesn't matter. That informal practice allows our brain to function. Remember, every decision you make is between the ears. And are we going to make those with calmness? Or are we going to make them from a residual from something else because someone said something to us? And I think that's a really powerful thing. So for me, you've got those 2 informal practices that you work on. And one of the things that Asset Alliance have suggested is there a way that they can make this a little bit more formal? So there are mindfulness practices where you can sit for 5-10 minutes, which I've added to this. So there's supplementary material. If you want to go a little bit deeper into your own flourishing, there's a supplementary video on that. If you want to go slightly deeper into the field of stress and how to get over that, just within 7 or 8 minutes, there's a video that you can click on that will coach you through a lot of these things. And again, some of the stories that you are there, you know a lot of this stuff. And I think the important bit for me, coming back to what Asset Alliance are doing, again, is they're saying, what are the things that we can do to really help our workforce, which is absolutely world class. And you know what's going to happen when you show up as your best self and your 4-minute rule. You're going to have more fun. You're going to get more done. It's going to be amazing. What a workplace to be in. I look forward to seeing your progress.